this morning.
GM, wake up, let's go. Web 2, Web 3, stay in the know. Action, Dabatola, Toki in the zone. Breaking down the latest, straight to your phone. From Web 2 shifts to Web the waves. News, deep dives, hot takes for days. Tech's evolving, the world's in spin. Markets move, let's lock it in. Genzio's here, no time to snooze. Tune in now, get the news. GM, wake up, let's go. Web 2, Web 3, stay in the know. GM, start the show. GM, wake up, let's go. Web 2, stay in the know. GM, start the show. GM, let's go. Web 2, stay in the know. GM, start the show.
GM, my beautiful people from YouTube and X, obviously, because we got here on Genzio. What's going on, Toki? What's going on, Scott? Good to see y'all.
GM action.
We doing good today?
So far, so good.
Yeah, you guys didn't have any money in Mantra?
No,
We're gonna have to
not.
today. That's all I'm gonna say. We're gonna make sure we're covering what happened with Mantra because RWAs are all the buzz. There's a ton of stuff going on. Where did the money come from, or actually, where did it go to? Is the better question. Did they really stop what was going on over there? Did they like not pay the market makers? Because they actually had a conference literally 6 hours after the whole thing crashed. There's so much going on there. I talked to you guys about Helium last week, and guess what? I was right. It pumped 30% the day after. So I don't know. I don't want to be the guy that said I told you so, but there is a ton of plays when it comes to DePIN and RWAs that you guys don't want to miss out on. I just want to go over some of those things and bounce it back and forth between some of these guys here because I feel like people are always asking for stuff, and what better way to give them insight than to see if it sticks with either Toki or Scott? What do y'all think?
Hold on a second, Action.
You didn't have enough coffee?
No, I need to match that energy that you have this morning, Action. You are fired up. No, that is my second cup. I'm sure as it kicks in, I'll be going a little bit more. But no, you're right. There's a lot of stuff that came out of this weekend, and I'm excited to get into it with you. And then there's lots of IRL events coming up. So that's another thing we might want to touch on in a little bit. We're going to get to meet some of you awesome people out there in the community, and there's just a ton of stuff going on, and it's going to be a great week. Busy one already. I mean, we already came off of a couple meetings this morning and right into stream. So I know there's a couple more.
Meeting, not gonna lie, guys. I was how do we go? MIA was not.
You can say that. You can say that.
Well, it was partially understandable because of your time
6 a.m.
zone. Yeah, the meeting started for you around 6 or so, 5:36 in the morning, which it's all right. You get a pass.
I don't mind letting the cat out of the bag and actually telling people what's going on. The alarm clock went off. I don't remember turning it off, but apparently my wife said I did turn it off. It was like kind of automatic. Doesn't happen very often, but I had a long weekend, which is I'll tell you guys about it because it was a pretty fun and exciting time. I'm spending time with a lot of people in crypto, people here in San Diego, which I don't do very often. Got to finally go to the Edge Wallet office down in San Diego. Paul. It's been like I've known the dude for like 4 years, and like he's all, "You coming down to the office? We have a meetup every month." I'm like, "Yeah, eventually." So it finally happened.
Every month for 4 years.
Yes. I mean,
well, you finally made
38 separate attempts to hang out with you.
Yeah,
Rough,
math is
my
hard.
dude.
Math is hard. Math is hard. That's all I'm
What
gonna
do you mean
say.
math is hard? 12 times 4, 48. Congratulations.
All right, we got a math genius in the house. Thankfully, I'm glad to have you here, Scott.
Yeah, I'm as well a math genius. So we could add the factor of how many times were you actually invited out of those 48?
I was always invited. I would get the Luma all the time, but I would also get a message here and there. Anytime I went to a conference and I saw Paul's like, "Man, we're gonna go to the office. I'd love to see you there."
Well, then that's
so-
long overdue action. So
No, it's
I'll
definitely long overdue.
apologize
I'm not gonna
for
lie.
action. He's sorry that he didn't make it sooner, but he is glad that he made it. And now please inform us of all the, why were you there? What was going on?
Oh,
What was
this
the deal?
weekend was actually a ton of fun. We actually did Stand with Crypto, the California, section here. Let me try to. I want to show you guys a little bit of like us being wild. So I'll just share the main screen that way y'all can see what's going on. This is the
Why
fun.
do I
stuff
feel wild?
that-
Let's see how wild you guys got.
We didn't get wild. I mean, there was ape beer and plenty of ape water. Yeah, there's some good people from Cali Crypto to the CEO of L Bank. But
Okay.
this is like we did a little scavenger hunt. So like you had to take pictures like outside, doing all sorts of random stuff. It was pretty fun. Like there was a good group of people.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, no, it was fun. That's Miss Nifty right there. The president.
So you can't
of
do that
the
in Houston.
California chapter.
You can't do that in Houston. It won't work.
Not enough people.
There's not
I
enough
sent
people.
you a link. Remember that I updated the number of people in Houston?
Yeah,
Yeah.
we were just cracking double digits now.
Yeah. So yeah, we did all sorts of dumb stuff. Look at that. What did he do this one? Let me see.
Where's the video of you?
They did, it's just like
Someone
dumb.
of you?
I gotta say, like we did a bunch of dumb stuff, but the cool thing is that that's me right there. There's plenty of people that just like, what are y'all doing? Why are y'all here?
That was a video of a guy taking a video, a video of a guy taking a video.
Yeah, no, I have a few of those. Yeah, people pay attention when there's random people with hodl shirts and ape masks in the middle of the street.
I'm sure.
Just a random weekend, and all these people are out there like that. That's awesome.
Bingo. That's what happened. That's what happened. That's what took place. Anyway,
That's
I
right.
want to make sure I get
Very cool.
to hear a few things from you guys, because I know I'm going to talk about what happened with Mantra. I know I'm going to talk about what happened with Helium that I mentioned last week. Shout out SEC for backing down. Y'all
Wait
did
a
good
minute.
for me. Y'all did good for me. I made a lot of money. Thanks to you. What did you say? Wait a minute.
Nothing.
Oh boy, are we going to do that again?
No. Do what?
Tell me
again?
what you think. Tell me what you want.
I
We
think
really
you're
are
happy
bringing
with
up-
Paul Atkins.
Oh, am
Wait,
I
what?
happy with them just to wiping everything away? No, of course. I think that the change is going to be good, but I mean the market. Look at it right now.
You
Look,
tell
it's
me. No,
still
you
chopping.
show me the market right now. I think that's a better way to do it. You got it up,
He seems scared. I don't know.
I'm not scared. It's
guys.
still more
I need to talk to y'all
choppiness.
for a second. Can I talk to y'all for a second? This is really important stuff.
Do it.
All right. Welcome, Doodles, to the stage.
Oh, welcome, my guy.
What up? What up, Action? What up, Toki, Davatola, man? GM from the AM. How you guys doing, man? Had to kick off the week with you guys. Love being here. Got my Genzio shirt as well, too. I'm ready to rock, baby. How you guys doing?
Good.
Well, we're
Good,
doing
doing
phenomenal. I was waiting for you to show up, man, so I could have you tell people to like and share and subscribe. Remember how you're really good at it? Hang on a second. I'm going to put you on the big screen. Let me get you on here on the big screen because you know how to do it. Go for it. You're live.
Wait the damn space. If you're watching this right now, shout out to you, GM from the AM. Retweet this Genzio stream right now. Get as many people as you possibly can tapped in, giving you market updates, showing you guys how to navigate. Just bring you some awesome fun facts. How you doing, guys? Good to be here, man. Happy
Dude.
Monday.
It's been a vibe already. It's been a great time. It's awesome having you here. Did you experience anything, let's say, negative with Mantra? Because I think that's the latest quote unquote big news in the space.
I haven't I'm not even sure what
Yes.
mantra is.
Love it. All right. Mantra, guys. Mantra. They came out as the RWA platform for you to build on. They're an L1 trying to get all things RWA in there, and they crashed 90% in 1 hour over the weekend.
Wow.
So yeah, it was like a Luna style crash.
Are they back? Are we
Are
back?
I mean,
are they gonna lurk around forever?
I 2x my money right after it. So like, yeah, they're coming back. That's the thing with the space, man. You got to make sure you're paying attention not only to like what's crashing, but what has the the possibility of making a quick comeback, because that makes all the difference in the world. When I saw that happen, and I saw the messages from the team at Mantra saying, "Hey, we don't know what happened. We're looking into it." I'm like, yeah, okay, so it wasn't them. A couple of $100 here. Let me see where it goes. And yeah, I mean, it hit. You know what I mean? Like that's what I'm always looking for. Like, what are some of these opportunities out there that I can actually take advantage of? Because I'll be honest, I sleep through a lot of these things more often than not. But say RWAs, and I'm like, I can't pass up on this one. I have to take advantage of this great opportunity here. Y'all didn't hear
What
anything
is
about
it?
this?
No, tell us.
Well,
We've literally been waiting the whole time. We're like 12 minutes in.
I don't know the
still
details,
have no idea.
but I know the chart, and I saw it go crazy on my timeline. And then I did see that they had tweeted like an hour after a 90% crash, something like positive, like it's something I forget. Maybe Action will pull it up, but I was sort of shocked. I'm like, all right, you drop 90%.
When you hit rock bottom,
yeah.
there's only one place you can go, Dabatola.
I mean, I'll be honest with you. This is like really good marketing, because like their numbers just like pumped. As far as their socials, like they have over 625,000 followers. I'm not saying that there's that many people in crypto and they're not botting, but just putting it out there. Doodles brought you back up. There you are. Yeah. So for an update on the latest OM market movements, please refer to our latest community update from JP Mullen. Yeah. So basically they're trying to break it down that like, hey, this is like not what's really, really happening. They've been doing everything they possibly can to kind of
$6 billion crash.
Yeah. It's a lot, right? $6 billion is nothing to laugh at. And go ahead.
Do you think it was a cash grab?
Oh yeah, it was a crash grab. The latest quote unquote, I guess you can say, I don't even want to call it a rumor, but because people are doing on-chain analytics on this thing. But here's what we're getting: we're getting that John Mullen will be jailed tomorrow. So over 5 billion through OM rug pull. I love when stuff like this comes out. It's kind of hilarious.
I was just gonna say, because for RWA. And for it to go 90%, I mean, you got to think it's supposed to be real world assets. So,
well, we'll be launching a meme, guys. It's going to be called Fake World Assets.
Exactly.
Live in about 24 hours.
There was no assets there. It was just that's.
Well, look at that, Lord Carp. You're right. A lot of people predicted it. Like that's the thing. Like people are building these chains and they're calling it RWA chains, but they don't do anything but exist, and they're like running these that's hilarious. Real world accusations.
So this is like the new form of scamming, man. That's the RWA sector scam.
So, and let's talk airdrops, because people are saying there's a, what's actually going on. So Monster announced 15 million OM airdrop, first 20% unlocked, then changed to 0.3 daily, then changed again to 10% in March. So people are not happy with the way that things are going about in that chain to begin with. So you can't keep moving the goalpost and like claim that it's gonna be okay, right? Again, they have also the bridge scam. Basically, insiders swapped the price before the announcement. Again, like I said, literally 6 hours before the conference kicked off, this thing was taking place, and they were like, "Okay, what do we do now?" Again, more things that kind of went sideways. Fake DAO vote. What else we got going on here? There you go. The inside.
I want to know how the conference went.
Yeah.
I want to see pictures
I was
of the
a fly in
conference.
the wall of that conference, man.
Yeah,
but not on the conference itself. I want to be like backstage, miking up the guy who's about to go on stage and have to explain this whole thing. That
I want to be the diehard person. I want to see the diehard person that was in there that just like, I hate saying it, but just like lost their stuff, and then they just freak out, and then everyone's trying to find out what's going on, and there's people there just like
been
banging on
rugged.
the door, like, "Let us in!" You know,
We
took our
just
money.
been rugged.
You
I saw
guys
the
think-
last
Literally.
tweet, like, we've been
You guys
rugged
think that
live.
people in crypto are that lively?
Some are. Yes.
You know, if
taking
you
up
were,
money
if you were
from
planning to
When
go
it
to an
comes to
event,
money,
that
they
you-
are.
That's your bottom dollar.
true.
Yeah. I mean, it's not as bad as people make it out to be. Let me pull up the chart and I'll show you where I bought and sold. Just so
It's
y'all
not
know.
good.
It's not bad when you buy the top and you
Oh,
just
it's not as
round
bad as
trip.
people think they are. It's worse.
My guy.
Wow.
We're down 91.19% in one day.
Oh,
I'm glad I
damn.
pulled it up today because it shows exactly where the things just start falling off.
Oh,
I bought around right here and I sold around right there. So I made a little bit of money, but like I'm not in this stay anymore. Like I'm not going to risk it. You know what I mean?
No.
Because here's something that people started paying attention to only after the fact. Boop. Saucy depends. He only had 4 million in TVL. It is
that's crazy.
Yeah, that's pretty weak.
Yeah.
Very
y'all,
weak.
y'all should listen to Blue if y'all want to lose money in this space, guys.
Just
Rough.
buy the tip.
Bro.
We're all on the same page, guys. We're all on
The
the same
trust
page.
me, bro. The trust me, bro.
Keep these saying into it.
Yo, hey, if you don't
DCA.
sell, you never really lost your money, right? It's just unrealized losses. So you can never really lose if you're in there if you just don't sell.
Bro, if you just realized what I just realized, that most of these people are now broke, yes.
This reminds
When you
me
put it that way.
This
The
reminds
whole
me when
everyone holding except for the founder there, huh?
Coinbase originally launched as a stock and it was at 450 and I bought a few shares and then it went down to $40 and people are like, oh, it's fine, man. It was 3 years after that it's finally, recovering, but it's never been back up to 400, the original public offering. So some of these coins just never go back. I'm sorry to break it to you live here. And the trust me, bro, I think that worked in 2021. We're not all gonna make it, but keep on clicking.
Gosh.
Yeah, I agree. Not everyone is going to make it.
Actually,
who is
If,
gonna
but
make
if you
back?
show up with the right group, you will.
Yeah,
So
that's
if
a
you're
good way
tuning
to
in
put it.
right now, you might just make it. I don't know how well you'll make it, but you'll make it a little bit forward.
Oh, hang on. Showtime. You guys ready? Props.
Props.
Yeah, only one RWA bias, prop base. Props is
Well.
king of RWA. Props is hang on, you guys ready? You know how I do this, right?
Nope.
Oh, you don't know how to do this? Here, I'll throw myself up. I'm glad to say that Props is a proud sponsor of GM Live here on X, Genziel's account, and on YouTube at Action Crypto. That's what it would sound like if they gave us money. No,
props.
Oh man, no, but Kev is the man, dude. Like they have a good thing going for them. They've been doing some really really cool leaps over there. I'm impressed that Scott is shilling. What is that in your head? That's Flux, not Props this morning. So usually it's the prop hat, but we got the Flux hat this morning.
I could switch it over if I for the sake
I
of
can
it.
switch it out.
I could do these things. It's magic. Look at that. There we go. We're back.
Did you
Yo,
ever
did
get
y'all-
that Star Cup from Denver?
Did I get what from
didn't-
Denver?
I wanted to. They gave us sharks. Remember Tokyo?
Oh yeah, I got a shark.
Yeah, I didn't take it.
What?
The whale thing.
Oh,
The whale shark.
yeah.
Oh, you
yeah,
want
the
to see
whale-
one?
Whale shark.
Toki's got like 16 of them.
No, only. It's not 16. There's only one left here.
So the one left here. He's giving them out for like to people already. He's giving 15 away.
All right. You know what? I'm seeing here?
Ando.
We got Ando and Plume will be the RWA leaders. Here's the deal, Senor.
There's a lot of support behind Ando.
Saucy. You're coming on the show next time. We're next one for Action Crypto because I want to see your take on this because have a ton of insight and I would love to get you on stream and get you talking about the stuff you actually know. That'd be pretty cool because I know a lot of money got funneled into Ando because of that crash, but I want to know like the real real deal behind it. Because ultimately, you can claim to be an RWA chain, like we're focusing on RWAs, but are you actually doing anything of value to improve the quality of RWAs? Because this morning I just put out, this is funny, and this is sponsored, again, never financial advice. I gotta say that, otherwise Doodles will try to sue me. Hey, just being real, guys, being real, just being real. But here we go. Let me share this tab here so you can see what I'm talking about. Little fun interview I put out with Sir Arthur over here from Tezos Foundation. They have uranium tokenized. Yeah, it's dope. We have amazing editors at Genzio, bro. Of course it's dope. What are you thinking? Nothing but the best over here.
Fan, actually, I got like a couple thousand Tezos NFTs. It's actually dope to see you actually interview the CEO of it. A lot of people overlook the blockchain.
Well, that was my whole thing. I want to know what it was all about.
Excited in this video. You look pretty,
I'm always excited.
Pretty laid back and excited. Look at you.
Oh, I was excited to talk to him. Then I was just chilling. It was so funny, dude. Like, something that I don't think I give myself enough credit for is actually having a good time while I'm interviewing people. I do love interviewing.
3 gummies in, right?
He's very serious.
3 Denver special gummies. In.
Definitely not. I would be asleep if that was the case. No,
I believe that one.
All right, just one.
No, but like when I started the interview, it's really fun. If you guys do listen to it, we started out in a very low. He's like, I don't know who you are. I don't know if we're going to talk about this. I don't know if I actually care to talk to you. Then halfway through, he's like, yeah, this is so exciting. I love it. It was really fun. Like he's a good dude. And he's building more than just, Tesla's itself. Trilitech is the company behind it all. Just so I'll have, reference of how this thing works. So Trilitech is the company behind it. They have an L2 that they're deploying tokenized RWAs on, which one of them happens to be XU308, which is the tokenization of uranium. Now they gamified it, and y'all can make money for free by playing some of those games. So highly recommend check those guys out. Where's that little game thing? Is it here? Let me see. I don't see it. Go ahead, Toki. Talk to me.
I said, you tell me. Where's the game thing? I want to play a game.
Quit playing. Wait, what?
Quit playing games with my...
Okay, we're going to get demonetized. Great. Now we're screwed. So, is it out yet? I don't know if it's out yet. I don't know if I just leaked something that I wasn't supposed to. Oh, shoot. Never mind. Don't listen to me. I never said anything. It's not real.
Well, good thing I don't know what he was talking about to begin with. So, congratulations.
Talking about, so
they're gonna gamify this thing. Is what they're doing. They have a little mini games coming out, so they get increased engagement, and you end up getting rewarded from it. Nice.
Hey, I would love to get paid in uranium. That sounds awesome. I don't know if it's viable, but
the ETH Denver whale is just so dope, dude. And it just brings me back. I'm editing some of the content that we have here from ETH Denver. And
look at you with the lokes on in that video.
Oh, shit.
Yikes. Video of me.
A video within a video doesn't always look too great. But yeah, we got so much content from ETH Denver that it's been hard just to kind of clip everything the right way. So doing a pretty big mashup video. Action's there. Dabatola's there. John's there, Toki's there, a lot of the Genzio crew is there, and a lot of great people that we connected with through that event. We got Bitcoin coming up in a few weeks. Dubai's
Bitcoin
coming
token,
up in
bro.
a few weeks.
Token's next.
It's token. Sweet base camp, and then
people are messaging me from Toronto and saying,
then there's Futurist.
Get your ass out and permissionless.
Yeah,
so
consensus.
Consensus and Futurist are going on like a week, like 10 days or something after token ends, or 2 weeks, and then there's Bitcoin at the end of the month. So
if I can fractionalize myself just as much as Bitcoin, I can be at all these events at once. But yeah, we're done.
How many satoshis you need to be?
No, like nothing ever happens in Toronto. Like ETH Toronto happens and no one ever comes out.
What do you mean?
Like
Futurist, we were just there last year. That's a Genzio thing, bro. What do you mean?
That's a
No
Genzio
one's
event?
there. No one
And now
does
you got-
anything.
Well, now
Maybe
that
you
No,
you
just
Helium,
don't know
no.
what's going on in Canada.
No,
Maybe you should
Helium, there was
learn
a lot
about
of
media.
Dojimo people. There was a
Maybe
lot
you
of
should come
Dojimo
hang
people.
out, bro.
it's going to be big this time because
You gotta go
Consensus
home,
is
baby.
going on as well. So it's going to be a busy week.
It's gonna be big because like Scott and I are going. We're probably two of the biggest people at Genzio as far as height goes.
There's an
But
account with like 250K rep in Genzio. They have the
Physically.
badge. I'm not too sure who that account is, but I'd want to know action.
We can
Got
find out.
quarter million followers. Anyways, yeah, you guys coming to Toronto?
Are
Actually,
you?
suppose.
well,
Are
it's,
you?
It's,
Are we?
it's literally one of the days. Actually, my plane ticket sends me back like on the 14th of May. So the next
Wait,
day.
you mean one of your tickets?
Yeah, what?
Wait a minute. What? What does that mean?
That means I might just be going right back or canceling that one, you know, and having some other ones. You always got to have options because it's up to you. It's up to you, actually.
It's always up to me, huh?
Do you know what? This is not the first time that I've heard of crypto people being inside of Thailand and being like, I've got 3 different flights out of here. I just don't know which one I'm gonna take. And I'm like, what?
Yeah, that's
Like-
interesting.
They legitimately, it's a fairly common thing, I guess, for some of the people out there to have like multiple tickets out of there just because like the visa purposes. So it's good to have it on your record as you having multiple trips planned for leaving the country again. But also just on like, it's good to have those trips and those tickets like kind of planned out ahead of time. Just like maybe you really do need to like leave for something.
Well, it works
I'm
out
trying-
if you
trying to
around that
stay
date
as
to go
well.
back for the events and hang out. And
It
then
does.
you go back.
It does. Literally just to go back. So
You go back,
Agree.
check in, do a few things, hit up the conference in your hometown, and
in
then
my local city.
yeah, and then be out. Then go
Why
back
not?
to wherever?
Yeah, no, I love when people come to in our backyard. It's dope, super dope. I didn't know that Genzio actually made it out to Toronto. You guys
I was
came
there
out
last year.
Yeah, Action,
Yeah.
you were there.
No, I don't go anywhere. I stay home, guys. Come on, you know that.
No, Action didn't want to come to Toronto with me, so I hung out.
I
with,
heard
like,
Molina was going to be there,
David
so I'm like,
and Julie
hard pass,
Lamb and-
Molina.
No, Melina.
No, nothing. It was funny. Like we actually called Molina on FaceTime to this weekend. One of the things that we had to do for the scavenger hunt was actually call somebody out of the country on FaceTime. And somebody was like, "I'm gonna call Molina," and all of a sudden I'm like, "Hey, Molina!" It's like, "Oh, you're there!" Yeah, it's a pretty good time. All right, you guys ready for the Helium story? Because I like when stories look this good. So we're up 45%
Wow.
on the week right now with Helium. And
That's really good.
this is the piece that I was talking a bunch of y'all about when Amir put out, he's the founder of Helium. He put out this little statement about,
Little?
you know,
I was about to say little.
y'all
Where's
need
the
to start
reading?
reading. This is not that
Where's the
long. It's
reading?
literally
Where's
3
the reading?
What you
more
need
about
to
it.
do is you just copy paste that into Grok and say like, give me this in like 3 sentences.
Okay, we don't need to
That
do that.
probably
Just
was
click
3
here on the right.
sentences.
You see that? Explain.
Oh,
this
there you go,
post.
right there.
Let's click
Perfect.
that button and see
Explain
what it
it.
says. That way, I don't have to explain it. It can do it for us.
Genius.
Make it talk to us.
Yeah. Make it talk to us. Do I have that set up? It's not going to come through the way it's set up. Otherwise, I would. But it's taking longer to analyze it than it would for me to actually talk about it. Like what's the point of this, guys? What's the point of
No.
this? Anybody
You
can
just
click
do-
that button. Nobody can
come
give
back
you the
and read it later.
insights that I can give you. Here's the main insight before
why are we
Brock
waiting?
says anything. Amir loves to make money and is really good at it. I will give him that time and time again. Great. Okay, so the breakdown is just as long as the post itself.
Thanks, Scott.
What?
Incredible, guys.
Which
Okay.
It's awesome.
Okay, so the post, he just all right, I'm gonna give a little insight. If y'all ever want to get into YouTube, Grok is your best friend because all you need to do is run it and then talk about it as if you were Grok. Okay, so this is how I would actually make a video on this. You can see it around on screen, but here's the the setup. Guys, I got to tell you about Amir, the founder of Helium. You know what just happened? He just announced a major legal victory for Nova Labs, the company behind Helium Network. That's right. The SEC dismissed its unregistered security claims against them on April 10th. That confirms that Helium's and HNT, IoT, and mobile tokens are not securities, and they did it with prejudice, which means they can't come back after them ever again for this. Like this is how you hype it up. This is how you get videos with to get those clicks. But it's not just BS. It's really happening, and that's part of the reason the token is pumping. I hate what Grok said. I'm just gonna go ahead and click back because I want to show you what Amir said because it's more exciting. This is the part that I think really matters. Right here, putting the SEC matter behind us is a huge win for the entire Helium community, as well as for other crypto projects who use hardware to build their networks. We expect dismissal to be finalized within the next few days. A big thank you to the leadership at SEC, including Paul Atkins, Hester Pierce, and Marky Mark over there, for restoring sanity to the commission, because it's been a hot mess. People just going after people for no apparent reason. But he is saying that they have things that are going to be, kind of turning up a notch at Helium and the plans that they have. Again, am I the biggest Helium fanboy? Yes, if you ask my YouTube channel. But ultimately, I just like to make money with DePINs, and that's what it's all about for me. And they're just one option out of many. But this win actually helps everybody in the space. So your XNet mobiles, anybody you can think of that, let's say the government could come after as far as securities are concerned, no longer have to worry about that. And I think that's the biggest win of all when it comes to this. It's just, the little fuel that we needed to kind of get things on the uppity up. And I think we're getting ready to do okay. I know summer is usually not a great time, but it's not looking bad, guys. Like, other than the people that are rugging and crashing, we're doing all right. We're doing okay.
So outside of that 98.9% of the
91, okay, 91.
We're looking good. No, I hope the summer looks good, but I'm expecting this year to finish off strong, or at least into the fall, like really pick up. But anything that performs well from now, especially through the summer into that, the market overall just goes up. Then if you're already doing well, you're going to catch that wave. So if you're already up 20-30% or whatever that was on the week, you keep going, you sustain that, and you have steady trending up. Rest of the market, Bitcoin rips back up and gets to a new all-time high. Yeah, it's going to it's going to pull everything else, everything up, and that especially even higher. So
when action shows me things like this on DePINs and SECs being released, people should just be looking for the next token that has been like suppressed by the SEC. Ripple, second that went off, the XRP token, skyrocketed. Same thing with Helium. There's probably a few that probably are under a little bit of scrutiny from the SEC. Maybe this is a big win for more tokens similar in that nature. And easy ways.
Wondering with the DOJ and everything backed off, are we going to see that many more, or has everything sort of been kind of wiped clean? I'm trying to think of some pending.
I mean, it was Coinbase was a big one.
Coinbase itself.
Yeah, Coinbase itself was a pretty big one, because
there was a lot of pressure on them just because of the listing process and everything. And actually, I saw a news article. Who was it? Let me see if it was Coinbase. Somebody was on the hook they were saying they were trying to deny. Maybe it was Bybit trying to deny that they charge 1.1 million or something for a listing. Where was that? I'm trying to see.
I mean, that's not unheard of. And man, I always think of like, what can I say? I've known people that made a lot of money with those listings last cycle, like a lot of money. Like, it just in the referrals, you're making six figures in referrals for those listings, which was wild. Did you find it? Did you find it?
No, I didn't
find it. All right, then I'll give you guys another tidbit. I had a friend of mine that made a lot of money with Coinbase listings throughout the bear, because the API for the token would go live about 24 hours before the token got listed on Coinbase. So all he would do is basically ping their systems over and over again to see if there was a new token that was listed on their APIs. And he'd be like, cool, I'm buying this right now. And as soon as it listed, he would just dump it for a nice little chunk of profits. Welcome to crypto.
The wild, wild west.
It is just a little bit. But Doodles, let me ask you a question. What's going on overseas? Like, is crypto adoption different there than it is in the Western world that we're so used to?
I think that more people internationally are starting to wake up to crypto. Binance is still the leading exchange by far, especially here in East Asia with India and Thailand and Singapore and China. But I think that Thailand recently just named it legal tendered USDT as like acceptable legal tender. So if governments are starting worldwide to accept it, put it into treasuries like the US, I think we can see a huge surge, not only just for the global crypto market. I think Bitcoin's going to surge aggressively, but it makes me pretty bullish on some of these altcoins. They've been printing a lot of USDT and USDC. So a lot of people like predict that stables will collapse and then people will surge into Bitcoin. We need an off-ramp. There needs to be some sort of like stable token, obviously to battle volatility. But I think internationally that it is picking up and global awareness is growing pretty quickly. I don't think that it's there as strong as it is in North America or even probably Europe, but I think that there is a pretty global market here for it.
You're my global market. I'm sorry, guys. We got a boatload of people listening in, so I figure we got to have some fun while we're at it. The goal of the show has to be
make you smile.
Sure, education, crypto education, but we got to have fun. Like, here's the thing that people don't understand about these markets. Like, things are gonna go up, things are gonna go down. If you're not having fun while you're in it, both down and up, hey, what's the point? What is even the point? So just really,
we're going to show you how to have fun even when you might be losing money at them.
Yeah, I mean, what's the point? Like, we got to make sure that we're having a good time. We are having a good time.
I think they have Asian Blockchain Week that's coming as well too, or Asia Blockchain Week. Let's see what the
Toki, you know anything about that, or Scott?
Do you mean Korea Blockchain Week?
There's a couple events. I'm just trying to pull them up right now. There's lots of people.
I'm waiting for Doodles to just be politically incorrect in his phrasing of what's going on. So
Asia Blockchain Week, March 30th to April 5th, happening in Bangkok.
March 30th to April 5th.
Canceled because of the earthquake.
March 30th, April 5th.
March 30th through the April 5th.
What's today?
Already in what year? Did it
pass?
2025.
No, it's happening.
What's the date?
April 5th is 9 days ago. That's what
well, I guess I missed that one.
So what other events are in the past that you might have gone to if you knew? Is there any
I was definitely wanting to go to that one. I had a lot of messages in the DMs. I guess that's why.
By the time he got to his DMs, it's like past the event.
No wonder they were DMing you, bro. They're like, where you at?
We're waiting for you at this side event. Where are you at? He's like, I'll be there in 5 minutes. It's like 7 days. Happened 7 days ago.
Right now, it's a water festival in Thailand, so it's kind of crazy.
Sure is.
It was downpouring. No, I swear to God, right now at the current moment, I don't know what it's called, but there is a water festival. No, it's the rain dance, but
when I was on a space with him earlier, it was pouring. You could hear it, so it was actually
we got a water festival here as well too. It's pretty big and throughout Bangkok.
Do they accept crypto?
So story is that monks bless the crypto blockchains. So just saying, holy monks.
So, all right. So, what events are in the future that might be coming up here? That are definitely coming up.
Okay, don't ask the question, Scott. Just tell us, because you know about it.
I already know April and May. We're good with that. We got all the way up to Bitcoin earlier. So, what comes after that? When is the Korea Blockchain Week, or when's all that stuff? Is that in the fall?
Korea Blockchain Week. Yeah, that's closer to September. The Singapore Token 29, I believe that's also
October 1st.
September, October-ish. Yeah.
I think it's
So-
October 1st. Oh man, is there really going to be like a gap of a week between those events?
Yes.
I'm
That's what it was last time.
Yeah, well, for some of us,
That means
it's
I
not
come
very
home.
easy.
That means I come
Yeah.
home for a week.
For
Yeah, that's
some of
what I was
us,
gonna
we
say.
just stay in Asia.
yeah, and that's
October-
nice. For the rest of us,
October
we
1st and
can't,
2nd.
and that's a crazy trip flying.
For some of
both
us, we just planned ahead.
Okay,
I
do you want to help me with that for next time, Toki?
Yeah.
I have 3 children. I have a dog, 22
Uh-huh.
chickens, and a wife that I need to be taking care of that I can't be
Cool.
away for 3 weeks.
The order that you put those in was
More
very
than 3 days, 72
troublesome.
hours.
Yeah. I
You could get
mean,
yourself in trouble with that
No,
order.
I did the love sandwich. I did the important things.
Love
and the
sandwich.
the-
Wait,
the-
nice recovery, but
bro,
love
I did it for a
sandwich.
living. You know I got this down.
the love sandwich. Get the heck out of here. Love sandwich. I'm gonna have to share a room or a place with these
All right.
guys coming up.
So we got our homie over here telling us to look at the Tezos X page. Do
Let's
you
do it.
know what that means?
it means I'm seeing your pretty face.
Oh yeah, I'm probably in there. That's
I already looked
When
like
you
God
did?
rules,
with Genzio
when
page.
God.
I am there.
Oh, look at you.
Hey, I liked it. I liked
Oh.
me. I just liked me. See, Doodles, you talked about how you like your little Tezos NFTs. I'm on Tezos.
Look at that between
How about that?
Now
There's
you
a
need
pretty
some
nice
Tesla
accounts to be on
NFT.
top of. That's nice.
I think their community started to show up to the stream.
Oh yeah, I love it.
Doodles, how many NFTs you holding on there? Couple
At least
thousand?
Yeah, a couple thousand for sure.
For
My-
years, for the past couple of years, easy in every space. You've been collecting, and tons of people coming in.
Yeah, we actually, for we've had spaces where we sold over like 270 Tezos NFTs in like an 8-hour space. My boy Tim Hallaby just launched a platform that allows people to mint on Tezos through skirpysocial.com, which is pretty dope. So, people are building on the chain, which is cool to see. Tezos was a token at one point, it was $20. It got as low as to like 40 cents. And most people would just consider it a complete rug and a meme coin. But it came back. I think it's at $1.60 or maybe just around hovering $1. I got to take a look at the charts, but
And that
Bye-bye.
these are the plays, like the quote unquote safer plays that can actually make people money, which I love.
lower and safer.
What are you doing with that whale?
I was agreeing with you.
It was going like this. I'm like, what? All right, so we're gonna post on X. This chat was such a blast. It's nice to see people building with purpose in the space. I'm curious what let me enhance this post with Grok. We're here real quick. We like doing it live.
You can enhance it.
Oh yeah, so like it's telling me to proofread. It says this chat was a blast, so no such. Get rid of that. It's nice. Nope, we're gonna do great to see people building with purpose. Not in this space, but instead here. It gave me a 30% improvement. We're gonna click insert post, and now I sound like a G replying.
And that's how it's done,
Where's
everyone.
that button on the fucking mobile? I mean, where's that button on the mobile devices?
Dropping them F-bombs.
Demonetization provided to you by Doodles.
Better on your day than mine, right? Because I'll tank my own, no problem.
I love it. Do we
He's not
change-
kidding.
Wait, when change name to Action Global, and why would I do that?
Because you're a global CEO.
I mean, I get that, but like when you get a URL, action.ceo, you don't give that up so easily. You stick to it.
Fair enough.
Yeah,
But yeah, no,
collect them all.
we're gotta catch them all. You guys know I have a problem with music, right? Like a big problem with
A
music.
problem with music?
It's just a few
Yeah,
guitars behind
I
you,
just
and
can't
that
get it out of
keyboard
my
you
head.
can't play.
Can't
all
get you out of my head.
Are you going to start playing the keyboard for us?
Again? No, not today. I'm cold. My hands are like almost like pale white.
He's
from, like, how
cold.
cold I am.
That freezing California weather in April.
Yeah, it's a
mid-April.
chilly day today.
It's so
a chilly
freezing.
day.
It's like high 50s probably, like or like low 70s. It's chilly.
Excuse me. It is
60 what?
Here, let me do this so I don't.
Anyways, no one cares about the temperature.
Everybody cares about the temperature.
No,
This
they
is
want to
my
hear you
temperature.
play. I was right the first time. I was like high 50s. See, look at that.
He is pretty good at this.
Come on.
But it's cloudy today, guys. We won't get past
Oh
65.
no,
That's
it's cloudy.
Oh no, you're inside action. It has
Ah.
nothing to do with it.
Turn on another computer.
I actually
Yeah.
am.
Turn on a miner and by your feet and just get
I
a little
mean-
like warm air going.
Yeah, that'll be a little loud though. That's the problem. But I am upgrading, guys. I will. Let me give you the fun little tour that I gave Toki the other day. Oh, please hold. I'm gonna go ahead and say that. What do we got here? Scott, fill the time.
All right. We're filling the time for action while he preps his studio. All right. So anyways, enough of action in his studio and his blatant self-promotion that he's been doing on the stream all
It's
morning
my
here.
channel, bro. What are you talking about?
Part of it, just the one stream part of it is.
So
look at that. Look at this fancy little desk. He's like it's like Action's a doctor or a nurse here, and he's coming in with his cart with his screen.
Excuse me.
Hello, this is my triage desk.
Scott. Have you taken your Triactin today?
I have. I've taken it. I'm on a double dose of it right now.
Oh man, no, but I'm setting up another station right behind me, and this just makes life a lot easier. So, I mean, I already have something on the side with that big old curved monitor. You can see the edge of it right there. It's just more things. You know how that goes. Anyway, it is 9:47. Did I give people enough insight? I think we need to have Scott go over the general markets and kind of give us the rundown of what's going on. Just because I'm seeing, let me go here. Bloop. I'm seeing gray, not this one, that
That's
one.
the market.
Yeah,
I was confused.
I'm seeing red, green, like things are a little bit of a mix. I want to see you pull up your screen, give us the down low on the overall market stuff, man, because that is something that we should be covering every stream.
I don't have a lot of this prep, but we'll just go to typically on the Bitcoin chart right here.
Did somebody take my screen off? Did it just crash?
There we go.
Lovely.
It's all right. The thing that I noticed this morning, and basically what's been going on, has been waking up on these big red candles. So this huge red candle that we see right here just turned everything as far as alts red. But luckily, I guess we're just picking up a little bit. But I mean, look at floating in the mid 80s. I know some people are happy about this, considering we were in the 70s. Hopefully, seeing that that's a low. I don't think we're necessarily in the clear yet. There's too much. It's just too volatile with like political news and tariffs on, tariffs off, So I personally think we'll just stay choppy around here. I am bullish long term, but it wouldn't phase me if we drop down to the low 80s again. It does scare me though for altcoins. Any sort of altcoin, any pullback on Bitcoin results in like 5 times worse for alts, and we're seeing a lot at their all-time lows again, and that's it's scary considering where we are in mid-April of the cycle, but it also presents a good opportunity to DCA into those conviction plays. Personally, for me, that's more of my mid or larger caps and Bitcoin as well. I've backed off on a little bit more of the riskier plays, but I guess where there's risk, there's high reward too. So yeah, that's sort of where I see things on the market, but
Uncle Scott
Monday,
here saying that high risk, high reward.
Yeah,
I don't know why, but Uncle Scott sounds so good. I
think
might have to run with that.
Well, the high risk, high reward plays for me were sort of the meme coins. I'm not going to BS you. Like ever since stepped away from doing the DGen show, it's kind of convenient that the meme coin market
Wait.
kind of crapped the bed.
Gave up what DGen show?
I walked away from the dirty DGen show that I was doing.
In the arms of
Oh no, it's completely fine. But at the same time, the market for meme coins had gone to crap, right?
Amazing
I
grace.
next we're gonna have somebody like pledge allegiance to the flag or something else
I
going
pledge
on.
allegiance to the.
There we go.
I pledge allegiance.
No, don't you do it like this? Aren't you?
Can we
Aren't you
pull
a
up the
seaman?
Bitcoin chart one more time?
Sorry.
I
I
think-
was a seaman. That's fine.
I think at the bottom of it, we're seeing like a 72 low of the recession channel. Mid channel,
Yeah.
we're like we're at 78, and at the top here, we're like at 85. But if you notice, I think it was the 10th or the 11th, we just stopped bleeding out. Like the down pattern stopped. It looks like it's on a higher high, higher low pattern. It's easy to track the last couple of days, and obviously look like, it's recovering. So if we break that 85, it'll be good support to send us back to the 90s. I think people, they zoom in on this hourly chart or even the 5-minute or 1 minute. They're trying to, swing trade the market aggressively. But I think like Scott said, we're going tax season as well too. I think
There's
stimulus
there's
become-
there's
there's a lot
triggers
there's a
that
lot
could
of
send
good-
the market either direction, which is sort
I
of
agree.
scary. Like no, like the fact is that what if the government or Trump, at least here in the States, is like, hey, everybody's getting $5,000 back, in checks. Last time we saw that, most people, well, I guess they were cooped up at home during COVID, but they were dumping into NFTs, into Bitcoin, it just the timing of the cycle. So you don't know if people get money like that, if it's going to cause, a pump. But I still feel the summer is going to be not that eventful. So if we have any huge, time to make some tractions and, maybe find that new floor, I would hope it'd be between now and the end of May. So I don't know. Anyways, I'm long-term with conviction. I DCA into my conviction plays, and I've been a little less in the casino, backed away from the memes a bit, and hopefully this will start moving now. I think everyone's been waiting long enough for things to just, go parabolic. I don't know if we'll actually see that.
Take profits.
Hey, there's never anything wrong with taking some chips off the table. I mean, look, if you have profits, profit is profit. I mean, you could take take some profits now and it rips and be like, oh, I could have went higher. Yeah, you know what? At the same time, you could have lost all your money too. It could have gone down, and then you're waiting years for it to go back up. So you got to
we're going down,
you got to stay pay attention to that stuff, because you might get a 5x on something. Other assets don't get that sort of return. I mean, think about that. Like, think about any asset class out there. There hasn't been returns like crypto for, the ones that are performing compared to other assets. It's been crushing it. So
they also don't crash 90% overnight. Well, in an hour.
Yes. But that's what I'm saying. When you see these huge gains, if you're 5 or 10xing it, why not take some chips off the table? So
I want to do a follow-up space action, because I know you mentioned this is a big day, or it's been a recent time for Helium with the mining. I've been wanting to get into Helium mining for a long time. There's been people in the last 2-3 years have been, hyping Caspa up for ages. And I feel like I missed that kind of boat. It wasn't even in the top 100 cryptos on CoinMarketCap, shot up, I think, as high as the 20s, mid 20s.
Oh no, I got in Caspa early. I mean, when it comes to mining, dude, like if it's a mining play, I'm like, yeah, let me go take a look at
what's
this.
Caspa doing now?
That's what I want to do. I want to do a follow-up space on maybe profitable mining coins, or stream profitable mining coins. And
you want to get the homies from Quai over there, Scott? What do you think?
It'd be
Yeah,
cool.
I mean,
it'd be cool.
Why not?
There are plenty of options out there. That's the thing, and a lot of these
I think this is
mining
very
plays
underexposed, and people don't know.
Well, yeah, they haven't gotten the market share, and when I say market share, I'm talking about people. Not enough people know about it. I mean, I think it is. I enjoy it. I think it's great. People sleep on those things more often than not because they just don't know. Toki, let me ask you a question. We got any guests coming in today?
We do indeed, at the top of the hour. So be mindful, be patient, and be curious.
Okay.
Dead or alive, if you could have one guest on the show, who would it be? Dead or alive?
I mean, I would prefer if they were alive, so we could talk to them.
I want
Yeah.
Jerry Springer.
I don't.
Top of the hour, we get Jerry.
Jerry.
See?
Dead or alive?
That's funny. Here, I'm gonna take myself off screen so I can make sure my battery doesn't die for the next hour. But yeah, go for it, Scott. You're
I have no idea because
Dead or alive, Scott. It could be a legend. It could be somebody that
there's too many.
is alive.
There's too many to pick one.
Come on, man. There's not one person you'd be like.
I'm gonna pass to you for a second so that I can weigh out my options here. See?
I mean, if I had to interview one person for Genzio. Oh, wait, do you mean you like talk to them or interview them?
Well, they're a guest. They're here on our space. They're here on our stream.
Dead or alive?
Joe Biden. Don't ask why, someone said. Good answer. Good answer. I like that one. You could do president. I would bring Michael Jackson or Prince up here too, just to see their take on crypto.
See, there's too many good ones. Like
Prince would be hilarious.
You could break it into categories because it's hard. Like there's like different musicians.
I want to talk to Joe Rogan. No, that'd be fun. I think that'd be interesting.
People who are dead just because there would be a harder option to do right now.
He convinced us all.
If Joe Rogan was no, we can't talk about that stuff.
Scott, who's you got to give us an answer. He said Joe Rogan.
Actually, I want to pick somebody. I want to pick somebody dead. Like
I have a good one. Go
like
ahead,
Nixon.
Scott. Nixon.
I don't know.
Nixon. All right. Nobody knows who Nixon
What do you
is,
think about Bitcoin?
I think it's public enemy number one here, Scott.
Oh my gosh.
Muhammad convinced.
Have him get it to Casey.
And the shilling continues from blue.
Yes.
I'm blue. Da, da, dee, da, da, da.
Yeah. We are going to go with John McAfee.
Oh, he would
not
have gave
dead.
you answers. And he would probably tell you BitBoy Crypto's chapter book is a little bit off.
Oh man.
Did you read that book to the cover to cover action?
You mean the one that AI wrote?
The one that Gronk wrote for Ben Armstrong, yes.
I did not. I did not read that. This
I
is
heard
a skill,
it's
by the way.
bestseller
Saying no,
and
it's like you got to be able to say no
you
while
heard it's a
saying yes.
bestseller, Doodle. Doodle's heard it's a bestseller. I just want the link. I could just feed it into like ChatGPT and just
give me the EPUB version.
Like, give me the like, 8-sentence version of this whole book.
I'm pretty sure you can. Was it on Grok or was it on ChatGPT?
Oh, wait a minute. If he used one of them,
Yeah, you could probably just ask about the book itself because it wrote it.
But like, could you rewrite this book and so it's not copyright infringement, so I can read it over here? And it's just like scrolls it out. But I don't know.
Can I suggest one day during the week we ask the audience for pizza? Send it to the studio. At least to one of the four. Just saying.
It's not even 10 a.m. here, bro.
Dude, it's 12 a.m. in the night.
It's coming up on noon. Oh, pizza.
Scott has high cholesterol. How do you think he keeps it high with pizza?
Wait, did you go out to that pizza place I recommended to you?
Oh, I want pizza.
Not yet, but I shall.
You weren't even that far away.
I shall.
I'm disappointed.
I'm trying to get my abs back here.
What abs?
I got the donut.
I mean, I have an ab.
Yeah, I got an ab too. You said I saw a tweet
one
from Action said that he's gonna drop 40 pounds to start getting into KC.
Only if you give me only if you like if somebody says they're willing to go at it with me. Like I need a person, guys. I need a person.
Yeah, IFC Alien. Just fight him.
I remember back in Nashville, Action. I'm sorry, just because you always joke and call people out, that I'm gonna get to do it to you now. I remember I had I think it was shirts. I'm like, here, what size do you want? And you're like, a medium. And I'm like, we're like, guy. And you're like this. You're like, wait till you see me in Singapore. I'm gonna lose 40 pounds and be ready. It's like 6 weeks out.
You know what the problem is?
2025.
Did you start getting in shape then? No.
I mean, I was carrying. Yeah.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah.
I'm right there with you, but I didn't ask for like a small or like a medium when you were
Hey,
like,
I'm under
hey,
200 pounds now, so like you guys gotta.
I'm the heaviest that I've
Congrats.
ever been, and I'm 189, but I'm 6 foot, so it's not like terribly like overweight at all.
Scott,
It's
stop
just
acting like you're gonna face Sean Strickland for the UFC heavyweight
I'm
belt.
not
All
gonna
right? You
face
gotta
anything.
drop
If
a
anything, I'm
couple
gonna face a
pounds, man.
pizza for lunch. Are you kidding me? You got that thought in my head. I'm gonna go gusto with a straight eat a pizza, everybody. I'm gonna use some of that sweet profits I've been making in crypto to
Papa John,
buy some
fresh
pizzas. I'm
ingredients,
not gonna
better
buy it in
pizza.
Bitcoin either. So I think we have our guest in the
We
side
do.
in the stage in the
All right, well,
studio.
draw me down,
Do I get
guys.
to
It's
stick
been a
around for a
pleasure.
few minutes? Could I like interrupt you, Action, and
I
have some fun?
guess. So here's what we're gonna do. You heading now, Doodles?
I appreciate you guys having me. Next time, I'm gonna announce a breaking news announcement. The FCC has called me. No, the CFN has called me, and they want us in there. And I will show you my opponent.
Yeah, we call this
yeah, and I
CFN
need
too,
to
so we have an
message
announcement.
me.
Or we call Raul right now. All right, guys. I appreciate you guys having me. I'm dropping.
Thanks,
All
brother.
right, there you go.
All right, let me click go live. Save. Yeah, we are now live. Guess where? LinkedIn as well.
Let's go.
Because we have the legend
live.
over here, Zach, with us.
Yo, I'm excited to be on the live with you guys.
This is so awesome having you here, dude. Such a
I'm
great
happy
time.
to be here, man.
All right, I gotta give you the title. From Web 2 to Web 3, Inside Genzio's Playbook for Modern Brand Growth. Literally made that up while we were on the stream so I could push it over to LinkedIn. We're live on LinkedIn now. If you guys are just tuning in as far as the LinkedIn account is concerned, we have 17,000 people on X. We may or may not have gotten botted by somebody, but that's okay. We still get thousands of views, so it's fine. You gotta love this thing, man. Like, it's a wild west when it comes to marketing, and people will do this to other people just for fun, just for giggles. But thank you. I guess it helps the reach. You know what I mean?
They just jump on it. You know,
There was a guest coming.
The algorithm knows this is going to be good.
There you go. That's
as soon as he joins, we're now at 17777. It's hard to argue with the logic there.
This is a good number. It's a very good number. All right, Zach, we are also on YouTube. We got a few people listening on YouTube, actually chatting back and forth. Good people that follow the channel, people that want to show all sorts of things. Right, Blue? We also have like other YouTubers that are out here having a good time.
Crypto, I see you.
Yeah, we got some great people here, man. So I want to have a conversation with you in regards to just about everything. Like I said, literally from Web 2 to Web 3, because Genzio is in a really good spot right now. And I'm so appreciative of how you do things. And yeah, great. You know how to market. You know how to get people found. You want to make sure that you get the reach for a lot of clients that come through the door. But what I love the most about the way you do things is your heart, man. Like how you're always focusing on putting people first. That to me stands out above anything else, and that's more than I can say about most people out there. So
I appreciate that, bro.
First and foremost, I want to know, because I know Scott and Toki are going to hop off in a little bit here, but I want to get their thoughts on this thing. We get everybody on stage like this. There you go. What's your experience like? Because here's what's going to happen. These guys are going to have not been queued up on this. They have no idea what I'm about to ask.
Nope.
What's it like working with Genzio?
Who's first?
Oh, you just asked and it's you.
All right, then it's me. It's been awesome because, look, this is the thing is that I like to work with people that want everyone to win, to lift everybody up and to do well. And from the moment that I was working with you guys and hanging out, that I could feel that. Like, I went up to, gave Action a call. What are you up to? He's like, oh, you got to come up to DePIN Day. I mean, I stayed at Zach's place. Like, he was like, hey, just stay here. Put me up because it was last minute. You know what I mean? So it's been awesome. We went to Eat Denver. We got a lot of things. We're streaming all the time now. And, everyone's just trying to help each other out. So it's been amazing. And
Dude, so glad. That was such a fun night too, honestly.
Yeah, no, from the very beginning, there's going to be so many more.
We are definitely a family here, I think, and that's really special. So thank you for saying that, man. I feel honored to have you in action and like Toki on this call with me. Honestly, look at that
All
cat
right.
too, and whoever's cat that is, Toki's cat.
Oh, that's
I
a
wish that was
dog,
a
isn't it?
cat.
It's a very large dog. It just happens to be a little far away. Here, I'll put it
Great
up on the
Dane.
big screen. Yeah, it's a Great Dane.
Oh.
All right, Toki. Scott said all the sappy things. Give me all the bad things.
Whew,
Well,
all
yeah.
right.
Bad team.
So
This is my
almost a
my
year
performance
ago
review
now.
right here.
Yeah, I guess I will have a performance review at some point. I will be hitting my year mark this July. So as I am continuing my career here, though, quite frankly, I'm impressed. Seeing how far things have gone, not only from when actually you've kind of started here, but then the progression as far as seeing some of the new faces that have come into Genzio and all the different events worldwide that we've been able to go to and people truly leaning on each other's strengths. Uh, it's hard to imagine a different team that I'd want to work with right now, mostly because everyone truly does treat this as a team. If you come to an event with us, it's almost like a family event, because we will not stop ragging on each other, no matter like who it is, whether it's Jason and I hanging out at ETH Denver at the booth, trying to like just deal with the craziness that is ETH Denver, or if we were out at your guys' house, just chilling, watching power slaps and catching up on all all the craziness that that happened during the day, or maybe it was just you and I out in Singapore. We got our own room and we were just like, finally, we're just gonna like chill, and no one's gonna tell us that we need to go somewhere else. And if we want to order food, that food's coming here, and we're not gonna go anywhere else, and that's okay. Like there's
That food was a little spicy though.
that food was way spicier than
I love
intended.
spicy food. You guys should have invited me.
Zach,
Where's my
I'm talking
invite?
like 50% of this container was Szechuan peppers, and then like only 30% of it was beef, and the other 20% was just pure hotness. Just
You forgot
seeds
about
and-
the 5% of sesame seeds everywhere.
Oh yeah. Yeah, it was an interesting experience. I'll put it that way. But every single time that we do something that is out there in the world, we're doing it together as a team or as a family, and I really appreciate that because that's not been an experience that I've gotten with other companies. Nor do I feel like I've gotten the same like equal level of respect as the people that I'm working with as we go out into these.
I get no
things.
respect.
I'm not gonna lie, man. Like
That's a little old. That's a little old for most people. Sorry.
No, I love it, bro.
but it's real.
Like
Like
gangster out here.
like Zach's gonna treat people the same way across the whole entire level of the company. If you're doing something that's going to be benefiting Genzio, he's like, cool, you're important to me. And that's an awesome feeling. It's never like, oh, you just do video in the background? Okay. It's like, no, I need that on the
Yo, I
daily.
think-
Let's make sure they're getting posted. Let's make sure video is on point, and he takes care of it.
Oh,
I mean, I
snap.
think the difference between me and like many other CEOs are just
Yo, hang on a second. I got a huge earthquake going on right now.
Are you serious?
Yeah, I see the camera shaking a bit.
Whoa.
Well,
Holy crap, dude. What the fuck? Well, we're gonna all hope that action is okay.
you saw it shake a little bit. And then,
5.0 San Diego.
That's crazy.
Yo,
Dude. Are you all
in
right?
charge. Yeah, I'm good. I got to run the house.
Yeah, go ahead. We'll be here. So we're gonna fill in some time while Action goes and checks on his family.
Yeah, I
Because
just saw that alert come up. He's not
magnitude
that's-
6.7,
That's serious.
3 miles from San Diego County at 12:08 p.m.
You
Wow,
know, that's
6.7.
something you can't fake. That's real drama.
I'm not kidding.
Okay, well, so that's happening.
That's crazy. Hopefully he's all right. Big love to Action. But yeah, I just want to say, like, I think what the kind of like the difference is, I guess, between me and other CEOs or other people like Toki you mentioned is that I have, you know, when I started Genzio, it was really just like me and like maybe one or two other people. So at that point, you know, I had to do
Uh-oh.
What happened?
I've been oh
I'm I'm not clicking.
Why are you all
Hold on.
clicking? It's Scott. It's Scott.
I'm not
That's who's
clicking
Scott.
anything.
He's back.
Action.
I'm
That's
back.
you and you.
The kids,
That's you,
okay,
Action.
bro? Everything okay?
yeah, the kids are outside. The dog's freaking out, but everything's good.
Okay.
It's
Jeez.
wild.
Jeez Louise, man.
Haven't had a strong one like that in a while.
That's crazy, dude. Yeah, 6.7. We just saw the alert.
Oh, is it 6.7?
That's what it
That's a big
said.
one.
3 miles from
Big
San
one,
Diego
dude.
County.
Yeah.
Wow.
But anyways, what I was saying is, like I think I can appreciate all of the positions that everyone is in at the company, because in some way I had to do all of those positions at once. Like I was a social media manager, I was the account manager, I was BD, I was finance, I was doing spaces, I was doing not video editing, but trying my best to accomplish these things. And so I think it just allows me to really appreciate sort of all of the different things that everyone in this company does, because we are a team here, and we only succeed if everyone does the best at what they can do, and it all comes together into something beautiful. There's no, if Action wasn't doing a great job here, Toki and Scott, Genzio wouldn't be as great as it was. And so I think you have to appreciate everyone and what they do, because it's all connected and it all matters so much. And I think that's shown in our quality of work, from like the live streams we're doing now to the spaces to our activations with our clients, is that this is really something that is a labor of love for a lot of us. And there's so much experience within the company, even within this call, that we're able to utilize, that I think really is why we stand out and why we've been able to grow so much in such a short period. I mean, Genzio is only 3 years and 4 months old, so we're probably the youngest Web3 agency or ecosystem right now. A lot of the other ones have been around for 4 or 5, even 10 plus years. So to have kind of the market share that we do and the growth that we've had within such a short period, I think really goes to show that our team knows what they're doing and that people like working with us, which is the most important thing. Because at a certain point, no matter how good you are, if people don't like working with you, it's just not going to matter, because nobody wants to work with an asshole. I remember at Ripple, day one, we had our onboarding, right? So we all go into these rooms. I was 19, or no, I was 21 at the time. And because I had my 22nd birthday there. And they sat us all down, right? And these are the best of the best in terms of graduates. I came from the worst school. So I went to the University of Washington, which was a great school in Washington. But everyone else in my incoming class was from Harvard, MIT. They had worked at Facebook, Google, essentially what they would be considered all elite schools or companies. I was the only one, or one of the only ones, without that sort of Ivy League background there. So I definitely kind of noticed that, and it stood out to me. But what they talked about on the onboarding was that at really, really high functioning companies, everyone treats each other well. And the reason for that matters is because one person who is an asshole, no matter how talented they are, or the most talented marketer, developer, whatever, it can ruin the vibe, and that can make all of the other people less productive. And that's what that they said that to us on day one of onboarding. It was the one rule, be good to the people around you, because you guys are all the best. You all went to Ivy League schools. You all worked at the best companies. You're all likely the top of your classes or done, whatever. So, that's over now. Put that aside. That doesn't matter anymore. All that matters is the team that you're in now and what you achieve together. And Ripple was only 150 people at the time. So we were all in 2 floors of a San Francisco office, right? You could meet everyone within the company. Brad Garlinghouse, the CEO, is on the same floor as me. He worked, only a couple 100 feet away in an open desk. Of course, he had his bodyguards around him, but well, they didn't tell you. You'd be sitting down and they'd be working, and you'd look over, and there'd just be a guy who's, you got to imagine all the developers and stuff who are, in great shape and stuff, but these guys were jacked, and it would stand out. You're like, who are all these jacked guys, sitting around Brad on the computer all day? And they're just kind of on the computer typing away, but they're just totally ripped, sitting all around him. But that being said, I still give him credit for working out with everybody else. He didn't have a separate office. He didn't have a corner office. He didn't have anything different. He was out with everybody else in the public space, building right alongside next to us, you know, and he's a billionaire. And it didn't matter, you know, he would come into the lunchroom and talk to us interns and be like, hey, what's your guys' favorite snack here? And just be super chatty with us. And seeing leadership like that, I think really helped kind of shape how I wanted to be as a leader, because like, you know, I'm no Brad Garlinghouse. I haven't done anything that cool yet, but I mean, it was just the amount of humbleness and the sort of level that he would speak to everyone at the company, even me as an intern. I remember one time we had a hackathon overnight, and Dennis will remember this too. And we interns were getting rowdy. Honestly, we were drinking in the office. We were up all night. We were partying, honestly, and there was nobody else there. There was just like 10 or 15 or 20 interns in the entire Ripple office at like 2 a.m. at night. And I was like, man, we had to present our what we had built the next morning. And I was like, you know, I don't really want to, you know, I was like, I got to go home and like shower and like, you know, whatever, change my clothes before I present. I was like, I'm going to sleep for maybe half an hour, whatever. So I left, went home, showered, whatever, came back. I had forgotten my badge. So if, you know, the Ripple office is in, you know, at the time, I don't remember the exact building, but it's a highly secure office. You're not getting into that without a badge. There's like 3 layers of security. So I got to the desk and I was like, oh, like shit, like what am I going to do here? Like, I don't have my badge. There are obviously like thousands of people go in this building every day. They're not going to know who the hell I am. And this was at 5 or like 4:30 or 5 a.m. Right. So I was like, oh, I'm screwed. Right then, Brad came in to the lobby with his suit, and he remembered me and he let me into the office with like no questions. He's like, oh yeah, that's an intern for Ripple. Come with me. And we went into the office together, and he remembered me as an intern, enough so to just like remember who I was and bring me into the office with no credentials. So like, I don't know, that just taught me a lot about sort of leadership and what it really means to care about the people that are there, even if they're just an intern. Because like, I remember that all still to this day, and how much I was like, wow, like this is, you know, how special can you feel when the CEO of your company remembers you as an intern enough to, well, you know, to bring you back into the office. So, yeah, I think that experience taught me a lot about leadership, and I hope I can carry like, you know, some of those values in what I do at Genzio. And Dennis was drinking heavily that night, so if he ever tells you he wasn't, he definitely was. You're going crazy.
Dude, I love the transparency and honesty around these things. This is like one of the reasons I love working with you. And it's funny, like a lot of the people that work here at Genzio, it's like we have different passions, we care about different things, but the best part of it all is how you and the rest of the leadership team kind of encourages people to just go out there and like just do it. Like, we'll support you if you're passionate about this thing. I want you to, you know, do everything you can to move forward with it, because that's the most important thing. Like, giving people the freedom to be able to grow and thrive, it changes company cultures. I have to say that, and it really creates leaders out of it. Because if you're telling somebody that you believe in them and you're allowing them to take that leap of faith to do something that they are passionate about, those people are no longer going to act like employees. They're going to act like they own a piece of the pie, right? They're going to act like, hey, no, I need to treat this as if it were mine. And that's really where I see success coming from. It's people that care enough about something to, how do I even say this? To be able to forget about the people around them, in the sense of like, I don't care what others are saying is going to work or not. I'm going to do my very best to make this thing work. And they give it their all. And yeah, I mean, talk about the you know, how to support one another within the company itself, and how awesome it is to work with people that actually care for one another. Dude, this goes such a long way. I would not be here, you know, working with you guys if it wasn't you guys. That's the best way that I can describe it.
No, and I you know, I feel the same way, and that sounds probably crazy because, you know, I'm the CEO, but like, I don't want to work with people I don't like either. You know what I mean? I think that's a common thread within the industry. So I think it's really important. A second example of just great leadership was Hong, who is the CEO of OKX, or sorry, president of OKX. And she actually was the one who hired me when I was there, and it was really intense because at the time I was the youngest hire the company had ever made. They weren't hiring out of college at that point. It was all people from Goldman Sachs and more senior level executives, and I was like, fuck it, I'm gonna go for it anyways. And so I had an interview with the CEO of the company, and you know, she asked me like, what tokens are you buying right now? That was one of the first questions, and I had to say, well, of course, OKB. You know, the OKB token. And I think from there we were solid. But I remember when I ended up leaving OKX, and I was really nervous because, you know, it was such a great company. I have such good relationships with all of them today. And the people who are now running the company, the president and the CEO, were basically like some of my direct managers at the time. So it was really hard because they were doing such amazing things, and they continued to do amazing things. And when I left, they definitely wanted me to stay. But at the same time, I think what she said to me was really interesting. Is she said, you know, you'll always be an OKX alumni. And you'll always, you know, have this community here where it's like a college where you can come back and tap into resources and communicate with me, and I'll still be there for you. And, you know, she wasn't just saying that. When I asked her to come to an interview at Consensus last year, she showed up and she did an interview with me. And I still have, you know, I have her personal number. If I have questions or if I don't always know what to do, you know, I can reach out to her directly. And that's absolutely crazy. I mean, you know, she genuinely cares about her people and about the industry. And it was never, I never felt like, you know, blown off by her, you know, and even though she's doing a million things and running one of the most successful exchanges of all time, you know, she still responded to my text. And I think that to me just showed me like the importance of keeping relationships with people you care about, because even if I'm not working with her directly now or whatever, there's still like friendship there and value in continuing the relationship. So I think for people like that, like both Brad and Hong, who were two leaders that I worked, you know, under and with, that really kind of inspired how I wanted to be at Genzio, just to be honest. And they're both killing it even now, you know, so.
Dude, I love hearing those stories. Love hearing those stories. Toki keeps messaging me in the back like, hey, guys, I'm gonna head out here. So
Can we see your Great Dane?
I just let her out the door so she could go outside.
All good.
Because she was in here literally since 9 a.m. with me for meetings. And
We got to get the Great Dane to meet the Great Dane.
Oh, that's right. We have a Dane at Genzio.
We do.
Dane versus Dane. We could have a trading competition. It's hard to tell who would win.
Let's just say
when you actually like the people you work with, you get to roast them. I love that.
I'm going to 12. I can do that.
It's the best. That's what I'm saying. I love it. I love it, dude. That's amazing.
Yeah.
Oh. Here she is.
Guest appearance.
Wow.
Uh-oh.
Now we got to launch the Great Dane token.
Oh,
whoa. Wow. Hi, baby. Nice.
Little lapdog.
Little lapdog.
Little lapdog.
Helium, he looks very happy to be on your lap, though, honestly.
She does actually love being on my lap. That's why I mean it's a little lapdog.
That's a Great Dane thing. Like, they love sitting on people's laps. That's so true.
Well, guys, I'm gonna drop off so you guys can continue. Man, it's been great. Thank you, Zach, for everything that you do. And everything's awesome at Genzio, and looking forward to everything coming up. So much stuff going on. So
appreciate you guys. Always welcome.
All right.
See you guys later.
Catch you on the next one.
Too. All right. So Zach, let me get the I keep bringing Scott back when he clicked off. That was hilarious. All right, there you go. Now you're framed. Now you look good. It's me and you. We can talk bad about them. No.
Dude, I've been waiting. That dog, I hated it. No, I'm just kidding.
It's amazing.
You know, I'm more of a cat person anyways. No, that was so cute. They're awesome. I just saw you got retweeted by Tezo's action.
I saw that. Yeah, I just shared that on screen earlier. It was kind of amazing. Look at my face going places, man. Like, it's the Rec Alliance. It's Oh yeah, you know what? I'll preface this question with that. So I'm like on the DREC Alliance, like in the same stage as like Charles Hoskinson, Lehman, like the other Charles from Hedera. I mean, it's all these big players, right? From Algorand to Hedera. All of that's thanks to you, Zach. And people don't give enough credit for what you've put
I don't
together.
think it's just thanks to me, bro. Come on,
Well,
Action.
no, I mean the connection absolutely is, and like I don't take things for granted, and I want to make sure people understand that like there is a ton of value from what you just said. Those relationships, being able to actually text somebody at OKX that is leading the exchange, like that's a huge deal. Having those interactions with you know with the guy that's usually surrounded by bodyguards over at XRP, like that's a big deal. But I think it all boils down to who people are, and I try to trust people blindly at first, not too much, but every once in a while I get these amazing experiences where I get to grill somebody and figure out what they are really like. And I had an opportunity to do that with you when we first met. What was that like, getting grilled randomly on the floor by somebody?
You know, honestly, I loved it because, you know, in your head, when you start a company, right, you think, well, everyone's going to have all these doubts and everyone's going to, you know, hate on you or ask all these questions. The truth is most people just don't even care. So there's actually you actually are just like, well, I actually just did this and now I have to go get attention and figure that out. And so when you came and asked me those questions, and I think we had only been operating for like a couple months, like not even a year at that point. I think it made me sort of define what we wanted to do very early on. And I appreciated your questions because they came from a place of genuine interest. And if someone comes to me and they're genuinely interested in sort of what we're doing, I'm inclined to answer and to give as much explanation as I can. So at first I was like, who the hell is this guy? You know, why is he asking us these questions? But then I thought, you know, why, you know, I'm glad that someone cares enough to ask them. And that felt like an honor, because for someone to want to know why you're doing something means that they care about the fact that you are doing it and want to understand your motives, which means they want to know what your thoughts are. And I think anyone who wants to kind of pick your brain and learn what your thoughts are is, you know, an ally in a way, if they're doing it from a good place, because they're genuinely trying to help you. And I felt like that was what your goal was for me, was to help me sort of figure out like why we were there and what we wanted to achieve, even over the next 3 years. You asked us our 5-year roadmap when we were 6 months old. And I don't know. I think that all founders should be prepared to answer questions like that at any time, especially if you're public facing and you have a media company or whatever. Like, you should be open to scrutiny. You should be open to anybody being able to ask whatever they want. And in Web3, you should ultimately build in public, because the most successful companies right now are ones that are doing everything as transparently as possible. And I really want Genzio to be the same way, where even if we're not building a product, we're building a community, we're building different services. And I want that journey to be as transparent as possible. So like, I'm going to make a real effort from now on to kind of explain more about where we are, where we came from, why we're doing this. And so those early questions, I think, helped me figure out why I actually wanted to do this and gave me more motivation. And most importantly, it got me to hang out with you, which was amazing. So, you know,
it was a blast, man. So
today.
Yeah. If anybody doesn't know, just like explain. So this was at Decentral Miami 4 years ago, I want to say. And
it would have to be under 3 because Genzio is only 3 years old.
Okay, so then it was because it was December, so three and a half years ago is what it would have been. It was amazing because I came across the booth for these guys, and I was like, all right, let me see what these guys are all about. I had a staff badge from Decentral hidden away in front of my, like behind my just attendee badge. So I walked up like I don't know anything about anyone, and I just want to see like what are these guys really all about. And what you said is so true. Like, you know, you have to be ready. You have to be ready to talk about what your passions are, what you want to do, where you want to go with things. Otherwise, you end up like Jay Chains. I'm totally joking. I freaking love Jay Chains. He's awesome. You guys don't catch
watching this right now?
Yeah,
Hey, James, what's good, bro?
but like that answer, like to be able to answer things, I don't even care if it's bad. Like being able to have that conversation makes it just goes such a long way. Because I'll tell you, like we were at that multi-million-dollar event called ETH Denver, and the number of companies that I walked by their booth, literally with the ETH Denver account open, like ready to share about them. And I am the kind of guy that I will never flex on people. Quite the opposite. I walk up and like I'm not gonna say who I am or anything like that. You didn't know who I was at first. That's what I do. I'm like, hey guys, can anybody tell me about your company? And the number of people that looked at me and went, "We're a little busy setting up right now. Just come back later." And I'm like, okay. Sure, no problem. You literally just missed thousands of dollars worth of free advertisement, just for having a conversation. And that's okay, because I'm okay if those people don't necessarily win, because those are not the kind of people and the kind of attitudes I want in our space to begin with. But when I talk to you and you're like, these are very difficult, but we're going to go through it, we're going to answer, we're going to figure it out anyway, that speaks so loudly, right? And it's wild to think that you guys had just started at that point, because it sure didn't feel that way talking to you. It felt like you were kind of getting ready to explode almost. Like you were just like, I got all these thoughts, these ideas, and we're going to make them happen. That's the exciting part for me. It's people that have the passion and the drive to be out there and focus on people first, regardless of what's going on. And I see that when we work with our clients. It's, like we had a all hands on staff meeting earlier this morning, kind of went over all these things. And you're like, yeah, the Discord team, some of them are not here because they're working. Like they're literally on nonstop. Like the care that comes from the team is incredible. And it translates into really, really good media. It translates into really incredible reach for clients. And overall, it translates into having a bunch of really awesome people that I love to spend time with, that I love to learn from, that I love to pour into. And just like you said, operate as a family, people that are actually caring for one another and helping each other grow at the heart of it. So first, thank you for answering those questions, being willing to answer those questions, and most of all, being willing to open it up and allow people to thrive, honestly, because that's what's missing a lot of times, especially when it comes to, let's call it yourself a young CEO. Dude, control is everything. Most people in the space, they want control, and you're doing the exact opposite. You're saying, are you talented in this area? Run, go. We're here to, run alongside of you.
Please run. And I'll be there to help you and cheer you on. And I'll, lead the way. I'll be leading that. I'll be running there with you. But absolutely, I mean, you have to trust your people to do what they do best. And I trust you, and I trust everyone at our company. And I think our results show it. I mean, the fact that we've been working with ETH Denver for 3 years, that we've worked with Ripple, we work with EOS, we work with so many of the other sort of top projects in the space is not an accident. It's the great work that our team puts out every single day that I think is building this momentum and why people continue to go with Genzio.
All right. I want to do show and tell just because I love how this thing came out. I'm gonna have to resize my screen here, but we'll figure it out. Here we go. I'll make it a little bit wider. You got a new website, dude.
I know.
Things are looking fresh. It looks really good. I love that you set it up as a one pager, because honestly, you're just selling services. You're not trying to say, this is us, but you got a lot of stuff that Genzio does. Like, how did you get from, running a few things to having all of these, from, marketing strategy, social media management, Discord, events? Like, how did you get here? Did you start out having all of these things, or was it something that you let's say, built towards?
For sure. So, I mean, at the beginning, we were mostly just focused on social media and the Discord side of things. I think, though, that what we realized is that we're a very natural fit for events, because so many of our clients are already going to all of these events. And so it really makes sense sort of for them to also be, communicating with the teams that are running the events and helping integrate both the client's needs and the events needs, because a lot of our clients are sponsors for events and so on. So we're like, well, you're already sponsoring this event. We're going to be there. Why don't we just directly integrate with the event to help the adoption, which will in turn help our clients succeed. So I think, to me, that was really, really key. And then kind of, what we saw was that there's just a natural evolution of media needs. When I started Genzio, media in the space was very, very pay to play. If you wanted an article written about you from, say, Cointelegraph, it's going to cost you $10,000. And I remember talking to a lot of startups who would, fork that money over because they had no other chance for exposure. And I just thought that was wrong because it kind of limited the amount of content that was coming out about Web3, which in a sense was limiting the adoption of the industry. So I thought it made a lot more sense to begin offering media coverage for free for these events and then selling them services if they so chose to, but keeping the media side completely unbiased and focused on just getting the message of Web3 out and creating good content. And that's really been the biggest change for Genzio over the last year. I mean, Genzio was Genzio, now it's Genzio Media. And now our page is totally focused on putting out different interviews and content, all focused on Web3, AI, and events. And so I think the media angle for us has been the newest thing that we're exploring. We also, of course, are launching our TV show coming up, The Crypto Bachelor. So that's just a brand new thing for this industry. I mean, Karate Combat, I think, really led the way in doing a more mainstream type of content. You also had Killer Whales, which kind of took on the Shark Tank aspect. But I think, the Crypto Bachelor takes that to a whole new level where it's a full-on TV show filmed over a week at ETH Denver with a famous founder in Web3 and 8 different, influencers and models who go on this crazy journey throughout side events, parties, and so on to kind of, find love, I guess you could say. And I think that creating content like that is going to bring in a lot of people who had never heard maybe about crypto or these different projects, but are actually a perfect fit for it. So I think content like that is probably something that I'm the most excited about. It's also extremely challenging and new for this industry to do something like that. But I mean, the trailer alone has already had, over 100,000 views, and that's just like the first trailer. So in terms of just the audience reception and the, it's been great. I think having more content like that is going to be really sick. There you go.
That's what we're talking about right there. 103,000.
Yeah, that's just on that. For the retweets and stuff, it's even more.
Because you got 99 retweets on this thing, so that's not even counting the stuff that came from that.
Yeah,
so there's a lot.
So this is something I'm really excited about, and if this goes well, it's definitely something that we're going to be wanting to expand with the Crypto Bachelorette and other sort of TV things that kind of keep the whole industry entertained and interested. Because I guarantee you when this comes out that everyone is going to want to watch, especially when you see sort of how the story goes. It's, when you put something like this together, you can only hope that it will go as good as it went. So, and I'm not just saying that. I mean, we expected us to have to make it interesting, and they were plenty interesting all on their own.
That's awesome.
The story is crazy.
I got to hang out with one of the contestants this weekend. Yeah, she was telling me this was way more than I thought it was going to be, and it turned out way better than I thought it was going to turn out. So yeah, even the people in it, they felt it.
That's awesome.
Yeah, no, it's definitely they had a good time, and I think it's going to show the numbers when it comes out and everything. I think it's going to do really well. But this is one of those examples of being on the cutting edge of what's happening in this space. Nobody else is doing something like this, and you're going out there on a limb and saying, you know what, we're going to produce it, we're going to make it happen. Hopefully we get some return from it, but if not, we still did something fun, something exciting, something that would bring that adoption into the space. What does it take for you to kind of take those leaps, to take those risks that other people aren't willing to, just because they're scared? Let's be serious. That's what it boils down to, in my opinion.
Look, I mean, I've been in crypto since 2011. So, I was a teenager. And so I think my risk tolerance from being in crypto for 14 years is just absolutely insane. I think I probably have the highest risk tolerance of anyone I know. I don't know. So not just saying that, but I almost see it as a strategic risk. And I guess the risk to me was bigger of not doing it than doing it. I knew that if we didn't do it, I would just be fuck. I don't know. It just would bother me. I don't know how else to explain that. It's like the same reason with Genzio. Like, I felt like, you know, someone is gonna do this, so like it might as well be us. And it just felt like the right thing. And it's kind of hard to explain that, but I very much am someone who like trusts my gut. And if I feel like something is the right direction, like I'm just gonna go for it. It's always easier to, you know, correct course later. The biggest mistake I think I've seen a lot of people make is just doing nothing at all. You know what I mean? Doing nothing at all is way worse than making a mistake. So it's way more important to just go ahead and try something. If you fuck it up, oh well. Like, I'm young.
Try again.
There's plenty of time to do better. You know what I mean? But if I'm not trying to innovate and do things, then, you know, what's the point? I'm just doing what everyone else is doing. And I think that's how you really innovate, is you try things or do things that other people are too scared to do because they're afraid of failure.
Yeah.
And not being afraid of failure, I think, is really alleviating. I mean, of course, I'm afraid of failure, but I understand that some failures are just bridges to the next success.
Stepping stones, right? Stepping stones, just a way of getting to your end goal.
It's okay to mess up. It's okay. Like,
I do it all the time.
It looks great, but like I'm just saying, like, if you live your whole life afraid of what could go wrong, you do nothing. You'd never even learn how to drive, probably, or do anything. You know, so I don't know. That's just kind of how I see it.
I mean, it's a great way to look at it. And obviously it's not only working, it works because it's been happening for a while. It's not something that you started yesterday. You've been at it for over 3 years now. And it's obviously people are taking notice. I remember at Karate Combat over in East Denver, the conversation was literally all about Genzio. It was so weird. Like, I'd walk out of the pit and it's like, yo, did you see Genzio this? Did you see Genzio that? I'm like, okay, I guess we are everywhere. This is, you know, I picked the right team. Like, a lot of times people like wait around and say, okay, who's gonna win? So I want to make sure that that's the person I'm cheering for. Like, I just want, you know what, love these guys. I'm gonna make sure that I'm giving all my attention, energy towards them. And it's like, yeah, pick the winning team. Definitely pick the winning team over here.
Make sure to like just start running instead of trying to figure out who's gonna win. Just run, and you know you'll figure out how to win later once you're in the race. Because the race is long and never ends, especially in business, right? There's no timeline on this. You can keep doing business till you're 90. Look at Warren Buffett. The guy's still crushing, you know what I'm saying? So it's a long-term thing. And I think like our media houses and stuff, you talk about us being everywhere. Like, yes, we are everywhere. There's no other media company in Web3 that even comes close to producing as much quality content as Genzio does. At East Denver alone, we did over 70 polished interviews with all of the market leaders, KOLs, and projects that run this interview. This week, we've been retweeted by Tezos, MetaMask, Consensus, on and on and on. And, you know, that is just really our level of exposure. And that was part of the reason for doing the media houses as well, is because I knew that if we provided free media, we would also have free, coverage for us in return. So it's been a very mutually beneficial relationship.
Dude, like that is actually the way to grow in this space. A lot of people don't realize it, but they're like, oh, I'm going to start a YouTube channel. I'm going to start charging to do these interviews. Like, no, that's not how you get sponsors.
Don't charge the interviewees. Find another way to make money.
Exactly. And believe me, there's plenty of ways to make money in this space. So like, don't pigeonhole yourself to just saying, well, if I charge somebody to do this, then I'm going to make sure I get paid. The way I grew was exactly that way, is like, let's try to find ways to provide value. Let's try to find ways to, uplift other people. And all of a sudden it's like, oh, people like me because I care about them and not the money that they're giving me. That's different. And the sky's the limit once you get there, right? Like when you have the relationships, when you have the connections, and people understand the value that you bring. I've been doing marketing for over 20 years, Zach, and it's kind of wild to see some of the clients that come in to Genzio.
Since I was 7.
Yeah, okay.
Sorry. Wasn't trying to make you feel old. You have a lot of experience.
I'm 37, so yeah, I was 17 when I got my.
10 years older than me, bro. I can see myself in you. I hope I look as good as you do in 10 years. Hope I have my hair. Hope I still have the little beard going in good shape.
Yeah, no, but like seeing like, because dude, I was and doing Google Analytics before Google Analytics existed. Like I saw it be created. I saw all of these things actually take place. And looking around Web3, it feels like a lot of people forgot what Web2 was all about and how you actually market. And seeing clients come into Genzio, and I'm like, you guys can improve so much here, 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 here. And these clients are usually blown away. Like, I didn't realize this existed. And it's like, people are throwing out the baby with bathwater in Web3 a lot of times. But that's not what you do. You're like, I want to get the best out of all worlds and ensure that we're uplifting our clients the best way possible. Search engine optimization is the best example I can give of that, because SEO in Web3 just sucks. I don't even know how to explain it. Like, it's such a huge untapped market that has so much potential, and the people that do it right, they end up winning big, big, big. So what do you think is going to take for people to actually understand that you can't just throw out all historical marketing and do something, we're going to be super innovative, we're not going to tell anybody about anything, we're going to be super stealthy? I'm like,
well, I think it takes case studies and proving them out by having good examples that we've had with our clients to show why these things work. And honestly, I think part of the problem with Web3 marketing right now is that, like, a lot of these marketers or even people who run other agencies have no marketing experience. Like, they have Web3 experience, they understand crypto. That's not the same thing as understanding what makes marketing do well. Like, when I was trained at Ripple and OKX and product marketing, all of my colleagues, like, my boss was from Meta, my other boss was from Google, the other person was from Amazon, and the fourth person was from McKinsey. So, like, wow, just absolutely all in marketing. And those were the people who taught me. And they all had grown those companies when they were really small. They were all really successful already. And, marketing is just an avenue to grow adoption. A lot of people who say that they're marketers don't actually know those tools that you've mentioned, like SEO, ads, these different levels that we have to pull. And honestly, a lot of their success has just been on the success of crypto adoption. They were just at the right place at the right time. I think that as the market matures and we see less pump and dumps, less scams, less NFT crazes over things that don't really make sense, that sort of marketing will lose its clout, because over time, companies need real revenue, they need real users, they need real products, and they need a real community. And so you can't achieve that with not having the right skills and the right marketing tools in place. Just being there at the right time is not going to always be the case. So, what used to work in crypto, where you could just put out a token or an NFT and people would instantly buy it and stuff, that obviously is long gone. But I think that, over time, the best products are going to be showcased by the best marketers, and those are the products that will win. And you're right, it's absolutely going to be a case of things like SEO optimization, good social media management, other traditional tools that have made companies like Meta and Google so successful. We can't overlook what has already worked so well and continues to work today. Those companies are billions of dollars in revenue. It's not an accident. There's people on the inside making sure that happens.
I completely agree with you. Let me brag you about you for a second here, because I never get to put this on screen. This is the new website that I was talking about, and this is the portion that I quickly skipped over. But over 400 projects completed, like, that's a huge number for 3 years. Engagement is, over 10 million follower reach. Like, that is incredible. Over 50 people. I won't lie, I do forget people's names at Genzio. That is the biggest downside.
Yeah, especially with all the crypto names, but I love that too.
It's awesome. And over 350 content creators. Like, it is just wild to see how far you've come in such a short amount of time. I know that things get expedited a lot when it comes to crypto, and things are kind of, next level. But it shows, right? People actually care. People actually are using services and they appreciate it. And I mean, let me see if I can get this up. Well, just missed them. But all right. So Dynamic XYZ, these guys help you log into Web3 or Web2. It's freaking amazing. And even John Paul here from the founder of ETH Denver. It's good people who have the experience in the space, that have been able to win, and they, owe a huge gratitude to what Genzio has done for them.
John is the man. Yeah, as a kind of personal just mentor and advisor to Genzio, so lucky to have him kind of like showing us the way. Absolutely great guy.
Yeah, John's a good dude, man. John's a great guy. And it's funny, like being at ETH Denver, I had an opportunity to talk to so many people that have worked with him in the past and are working with him at ETH Denver now. They have nothing but good things to say about the guy. Like that's rare. That's almost like I was hearing somebody talk about Zach, which is pretty funny. That was a joke.
Love it.
Anyway.
Love it. Love it.
All right,
No,
I got questions that people are throwing in here that I'm gonna just
throw me a question.
put it on the spot. Here we go. Will there be a Genzio meetup at Bitcoin Vegas? I mean, you call it home base, right?
Yeah. So little announcement for everybody. Genzio has an office in Vegas. It's really sick. We just finished the remodel on it. So like new paint, new furniture, everything. It looks great. And it's right by the Sphere. So yeah, we're going to be having probably like a meetup at the office, as well as a lot of our clients will be there. So we'll be at a lot of different events, partner with Genzio Media. And then of course we are media partners with the main event itself. So you can catch us at the main event doing interviews, content, all of that kind of thing. And I think it'd be really cool to do like a content creator meetup or something like that. So we're definitely going to be doing a lot of stuff there. Vegas is sort of our home base right now, though we all are global, but that is where our office is. So,
all right. You know how you say that people at Genzio should just run with things and like see if it works, see what they can figure out. Scott doesn't want me to tell you this, but Scott has already gone out there and he's researching locations and things like that to actually get an event being put together. Yeah, it's funny. Like the caliber of people you actually have on the Genzio team, like they go unnoticed a lot of times. Scott has sold out Madison Square Garden, dude, on his own event. Like he's done this like so much bigger than Web3 even is as a whole. So like you have some incredible people that are literally just working in the background and you won't hear about it until like a couple of weeks before. He's like, oh, by the way, we got this thing set up. We got the sponsors, got everything ready. You should show up here. And you're like, cool, I guess I'm there.
You're like, let's go, man. Let's go. No, I mean, dude, incredible. I think our team is just rocking, honestly. And like, I'm so glad that people feel like they have that, agency to go out there and kick ass because like, they're going to just kick ass regardless. Right. And so I'm just so glad they're doing it with us. You know what I mean? Like no matter where they are, they're going to be kicking ass. So it's just an honor that they've decided to do it, on the Genzio team.
Yeah, no, it's and again, people, man, it always to me boils down to people. It's good people wanting to work with good people that can actually enjoy being around and interacting with. And I think that's what a lot of people forget. Like even when it comes to socials, right? People don't follow people just because of, something they posted. They follow people because of who they are. When it comes to investing, right? VCs, they're not asking like, okay, tell me exactly what's going on. It's like, no, who is the person there? Like it's all about people. And when people lose sight of that, you got a hobby, you don't have a project, you don't have a business. And that's the piece that I think we need to get better at in crypto as a whole. But talk to me about going outside of crypto. I just noticed we got only a couple of minutes, like a few minutes left here. You're not only focusing on Web3, you're also going out there and working with Web2 companies, interviewing some big names in the space, even outside of crypto, right? Like I think you just did that recently.
Yeah. So this last week I had the opportunity to interview Verizon, IMAX, Amazon, Fujifilm, DJI, as well as Ant Media. So yeah, absolutely massive names, kind of like the biggest names. And honestly, I think what was really interesting to me is how they've changed their approach to media like ours. When Genzio first started, I think, you had to be a CNN, a Wall Street Journal type to get an interview with these guys. Now with the rise of podcasting and social media being so prevalent, just look at the election, right? Like all of the coverage happened online. The mainstream media is officially dead. Like RIP, they're dead, they're buried. They might come out once in a while as a zombie, but they're dead. They've been dead. And enterprise companies are not stupid. They know this. They know that the future is online and that the future is podcasting, social media based content, YouTubing, Twitter. They understand that. So as our audience has grown, and as so has the influence of social platforms, they're all open to talking with us, and they all want exposure as well, which has completely changed from 2 or 3 years ago, where they wouldn't give you the time of the day unless you were a mainstream news network. Now they care less and less about that, because there's really just not that many people watching mainstream news anymore. So it's really changed it, and I think given us an inherent advantage and sort of like a pigeonhole into those industries. And honestly, that's not changing. Like, it's just going to get more and more oriented around things like we're doing now, live streams and content online. We're never going back to the old days. Like, those days are over. So it's more about embracing it and making sure that you're at the forefront of that adoption.
And I think it's twofold as well. Like, it's not only the reach that mainstream media is losing out on, it's also the trust factor. Like, you want to hear from people that you can actually trust, not somebody that's just reading off a teleprompter and saying something that somebody else put in front of them. Like, you actually want to hear people's hearts, right? Like, that's why Joe Rogan has the most popular podcast in the world. It's because he doesn't have somebody telling him what to do, what to say. It's him going, okay, tell me about this thing and let's learn about it. Let's have a conversation around it. I think that goes a long way. I think that really sets the tone for what's coming next. And I mean, yeah, Genzio is definitely positioned in a way to be able to leverage some of that. Even with influencer marketing, like I've done a few things outside of Genzio because of Genzio through influencer marketing. And it's always about like, okay, can you cover our company? And I'm like, I can. What do you want me to say? And they're like, well, we want you to. And I'm like, that doesn't matter. I don't care what you want me to say. I'm going to tell you exactly what I think of it. Are you cool with that? And if they are, well, all the happier, because it helps them long term, because people want to hear a voice that they can actually trust in this space, and not somebody that's literally, paying for the dialogue, paying for you to say those exact words. That's the future.
Nobody wants an NPC, bro.
Exactly.
Nobody wants to watch an NPC just hear me like, Genzio is the best. Choose Genzio marketing. Like, no, like, you can't be a fucking robot. Try to be a real human. You know what I'm saying, bro?
Dude, you're so right.
NPCs on TV. I swear to God.
Oh yeah, absolutely. And I think they're crossing over, dude. Well, they're crossing over right now to crypto. I think that's the coolest part of it for me, is to be able to see the people that are literally what we call here paid shows versus the ones that are paid marketers. Because I will always stand by the fact that if you're creating content for somebody, you should get paid for it. There's nothing wrong with that. But they're not paying you for your, for you to be a mouthpiece. They're paying for the reach itself and your opinion and the time that you put into things. So, setting the tone for the future to come. I think this is absolutely going to be where, and this is going to be a crazy thing. And shout out to Wesley. I'm not allowed to say that there's going to be something out in somebody. Okay, I won't say it, but there's a big conference that's going to take place later this year in November, and I'll let you guys know about it soon. But yeah, no, it's good stuff, and we're gonna be there. We're gonna be there for sure. The approach that he's looking at it is that influencer is going to make the difference in the future, because AI, yes, it's here to stay. AI is going to take over a lot of things. Yes, you have your little crazy AI influencers that are out there already, but ultimately people want real connections. People want real people talking to real people, and they want to hear from somebody that actually understands them. And you're not going to get that with an NPC like you're talking about. You're going to get that from real people that actually have opinions, that want to actually share those opinions with others. So I think Genzio is definitely positioned to be in the right place at the right time for the next few years to come, even if it doesn't do anything different,
I agree, and I appreciate that. I think we are positioned for success both in Web3 and other industries as well. And I really appreciate you doing this, Auction. You always ask the best questions and let me just yammer on.
Well, I mean, if you're going to tell me that Dennis was drunk at some point, I'm going to let you say whatever you want, Zach.
Ask him about it. Ask him about it. He knows what I'm talking about.
Oh, man. How many years ago was that?
That must have been 6 years ago.
All right. So, see, it's okay, guys. 6 years ago, he was just a child.
He was.
I love it. That's so awesome. All right, Zach, let me put you on the spot for a call to action. What if there's somebody out there that doesn't know how to get found, might want to work with a media company? What will be your pitch to them to working with Genzio? And I'll put you on the big screen.
Yeah, so if you need help with your social media because you don't know what to do, you're looking for more engagement, you're looking for more community growth, whether that means followers, an increased TVL, larger market cap, or just, a community, I think you should choose Genzio because we've already built one for ourselves and many others. And so with our experience, we can take whatever great work you're doing on your product or project and amplify that with our expertise. And I think that's really what Genzio is here to do, is because, we're not the builders in the space. You all who are watching this are the ones building these fantastic companies. You're the entrepreneurs, you're the innovators. It's just our job to get your product out there so that the rest of the world can appreciate it too. So, if you think that that's something that sounds interesting to you, please contact Genzio. We'd be happy to get on a call. I'd be happy to get on a call, chat through your goals, and see how we might be able to help.
I'm sold. All right. For the people that are on the chat, because we are doing this live, you know exactly how GM Live ends every single show, at least the ones that I'm a part of. I just want to make sure that people understand that doesn't change. Yeah, Zach is here, but we want to make sure that we keep our roots and make sure that we're, dealing with the show the right, proper way. So I got to ask you, Zach, do you know how the show ends?
Tell me.
I mean, I can't tell you. This is the
rules. I don't know how it ends.
Okay, so first thing, I want to make sure that I ask everybody, share this video out. Make sure that you guys are, liking it, putting it on whatever social media platforms you guys might have, because the reach does definitely help. Even chatting like throughout the conversation or coming back to the YouTube channel and leaving a comment, that makes a big difference. It's a big deal to get the algorithm to like you a little bit more. But ultimately, what's consistent about this channel, when we are getting close to the end, is something very unique and specific. And I'll give you 3 tries, Zach, to guess what it is. What's your guess number 1?
Hey, what's up?
But it's not something Genzio is afraid of.
If you want to survive, you got to build a house.
I don't even know who do not understand. Ladies and gentlemen.
We're back at the Genzio Media House.
Awesome. Thanks so much for joining us today.